Uh, I've been kind of ghost, I guess, for the past couple of weeks, trying to figure out exactly how I want to do my show and getting all the branding and stuff right. And being, if I'm being honest, slightly lazy, but I wanted to do just a quick show, quick thing, quick something today because if you're a sports fan, you know the news that Celtics legend, broadcaster, coach, player, ambassador Tommy Heinsohn died today. What's honestly in a year that's been so hard, it's just another. It seems like another sort of drop in the bucket of what shit 2020 has been. But for me personally, this loss really resonates. Tommy was the voice of the Celtics for such a long time, and really is the person and who his voice, along with his co-anchor, co-host Mike Gorman, who sort of developed my love of basketball and developed my love of the Celtics. That's such a core part of my identity. Tommy's just that voice and that attitude about hating referees and always thinking that your team is just getting in the raw and the stick there, and that the Celtics franchise was just such an important thing to protect and to trumpet about the legacy of the Boston Celtics and how important that was to Tommy. That resonated with me, and really, I'd be lying if I said that wasn't a big part of my identity today. Is things I've gotten from Tommy Heinsohn. So it's just a tremendous loss for the sports community, for the NBA community, especially for the Celtics community here in Boston. I mean, you're talking about a guy who the Celtics have won 17 championships and was part of the organization for all 17 of them. I mean, it's a relationship spanning over 60 years. Who can say that they've had a relationship with somebody or something for 60 years? Not very many people. And Tommy had that with the city of Boston and the Boston Celtics. And it's just an integral part of people's childhoods and sports lives, and define what it meant to be a Boston fan and a Celtics fan and somebody who loved basketball with every fiber of their being, which is something that I feel is really descriptive of who I am. And I really have to give Tommy a lot of credit for that, and how he inspired so many people to love basketball, not just because it's a fun thing to do or watch, but because it's something you're passionate about. He instilled passion in me for the game of basketball, and I'm really gonna miss listening to his voice on Celtics games or commentary after the game. It's kind of hard to imagine them never going to hear him again. I mean, it was something that you take for granted when you hear for years and years the same two guys, Tommy and Mike, calling the games of your favorite team over and over again. And it was almost like, it's like a comfort when the season ends, you miss them. And then when it comes back, it feels like it's like a warm wave washes over you. You feel like, okay, this is part of my family that I'm welcoming back through my TV set and hearing them talk to me again. And you're not going to be able to hear that again with Tommy, which is, it's hard and it's sad. And it's really, like I said, it's just a tremendous loss. I mean, I heard the news, and it's like, every day in 2020, it seems like, okay, well, what now? And this one just hurt me, resonated with me, as I'm sure it's resonating with a lot of other people. And I tweeted this out. If you want to tell the real measure of who Tommy Heinsohn was, just go look at the tributes to him on Twitter from players who played with him in the 1950s or guys who he coached in the 1970s, of which I'm wearing one of the championship shirts for a team that he coached to a title. Or look at the guys who have played on the Celtics while he was the commentator for the team in the 90s or the 2000s or the 2010s or now the 2020s. Everybody has a story about Tommy. Everybody has something nice to say about Tommy. And the fact that you can connect with people over generations and decades coming from different backgrounds and ethnicities and geographical locations, whether it's guys who came to the NBA from Australia or France or Chicago or Los Angeles, that Tommy found a way to connect with all those guys. And it's really just a remarkable man that can be with one organization and define an organization for so many years and have an impact on so many lives of people that he met and never met. So I'm really going to miss hearing Tommy Heinsohn. Everybody who has ever been a Celtics fan is going to miss his presence with the organization. And it's a sad day. One of many in this really awful year. But for me, it really hit home because, again, like I said, my love of basketball was sort of introduced through hearing Tommy Heinsohn call the games. So I know it was a quick thing, but you know what? He deserved, from somebody who's a lifelong fan and will be a lifelong fan forever. Like, I'm thinking now how weird it's going to be. I always just imagine watching Celtics games with my kids and hearing Tommy in the background, but it's not going to happen. So I felt the need to acknowledge Tommy today, and rest in peace, Tommy. Condolences to his family and the Celtics organization and the NBA family as a whole, and anybody who's ever been a fan or will be a fan. Tommy's presence in the history of the NBA looms large. So rest in peace, Tommy. I'll be thinking about you. And everybody else out there, I hope you're doing well. Thinking about you guys too. And I'll be back soon, as I am really, really working hard to develop a more consistent show with some awesome branding and some great guests. So that will be coming very, very soon, I promise. And I need to do it not only to entertain you, but to keep myself sane. So you'll be hearing from me soon. Rest in peace, Tommy. Go Celtics. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Stay safe.